the home stretch, Human Growth and Development, DEP 2004, Week 14 Agenda. Week 14, 11:16 through 11:22. This slideshow will cover basically 3 different sections. Our topic this week is late adulthood, so you can learn more about late adulthood by reading chapters 14 and 15 in our course textbook. I've included 2 slides where I go over the highlights of these 2 chapters. Assignments, you'll earn up to 35 points this week, and I've included a few slides where I go over the class participation and the quiz for this week. And finally, on the horizon, we have our Thanksgiving break beginning on November 25th and ending on the 29th. And then we'll have week 15, which is from November 30th through December 6th. And for the final week of the class, we have one day, just one day, and that is December 7th. No assignments are accepted after the 7th. So I'm going to read the introduction from Kathleen Stassenberger's Invitation to the Lifespan, Chapter 14. This is on page 497 if you had the hard copy of the textbook. I took my 1-year-old grandson to the playground. One mother, watching her son, warned that the sandbox would soon be crowded because the children from a nearby daycare center were coming. We chatted, and to my delight she explained the details of the center's curriculum, staffing, scheduling, and tuition as if she assumed I was my grandson's mother, not grandmother. Soon I realized she was merely being polite because a girl glanced at me and asked, "Is that your grandchild?" I nodded. "Where's the mother?" was her next question. Later that afternoon came the final blow. As I opened the gate for a middle-aged man, he said, "Thank you, young lady." I don't think I look old, but no one would imagine I was young. That young lady was benevolent, but it made me realize that my pleasure at the first woman's words was a sign of my own self-deceptive prejudice. Now we begin our study of the last phase of life, from age 65 or so until death. This chapter starts by exploring the prejudices that surround aging, evident in my reaction to all 3 people at the playground. We describe biosocial changes and what can be done to mitigate them. Then, we provide a perspective on cognition after age 60, what changes and what remains the same. For most people, analysis and self-reflection are at least as strong as ever until their last days of life. So what will you know when you finish reading Late Adulthood, Body and Mind? What percentage of older people are in nursing homes? Are old men and women abnormal if they're interested in sex? Can most people live to 100? Will everyone become senile if they live long enough? And do decades of experience make a person wise? Continuing our discussion of late adulthood, we're going to move to chapter 15, where we focus on psychosocial development. And I'm going to read the summary provided by Kathleen Stassenberger, beginning on page 562 in the 4th edition. Theories of late adulthood. Self-theories hold that adults make personal choices in ways that allow them to become fully themselves. One such theory arises from Erikson's last stage, integrity versus despair, in which individuals seek integrity that connects them to the human community. Compulsive hoarding can be understood as an effort to hold on to the self, keeping objects from the past that others might consider worthless. Stratification theories maintain that social forces such as ageism, racism, and sexism limit personal choices throughout the lifespan, keeping people on a particular level or stratum of society. Age stratification can be blamed for the disengagement of older adults. Activity theory counters disengagement theory, stressing that older people need to be active. In late adulthood, some aspects of stratification theory seem apt, but others do not. Activities in late adulthood. At every age, employment can provide social and personal satisfaction as well as needed income, Retirement may be welcomed because it enables other activities. Some elderly people perform volunteer work and are active politically, writing letters, voting, staying informed. Many also value religious beliefs and practices. Most of the elderly want to age in place. Many engage in home improvement. Older adults in long-standing marriages tend to be satisfied with their relationships and to safeguard each other's health. As a result, married elders tend to live longer, happier, and healthier lives than unmarried ones. Friends and other relatives are important for health and happiness. The social circle shrinks, but it may become more intense. Relationships with adult children and grandchildren are usually mutually supportive, although conflicts arise as well. Financial support usually flows down the generational ladder. The last section, the frail elderly. Most elderly people are self-sufficient, but some eventually become frail. They need help either with physical tasks or with instrumental ones. Care of the frail elderly is usually undertaken by adult children or spouses who are often elderly themselves. Most families have a strong sense of filial responsibility. Elder abuse is a problem worldwide. It occurs because of a combination of caregiver and care receiver characteristics. Families are reluctant to get help when needed. Abuse can be financial, physical, or emotional. Nursing homes, assisted living, and professional home care are of varying quality and availability. Good care for the frail elderly is personalized, combining professional and family support, recognizing diversity in needs and personality. Assignments. You can earn up to 35 points this week. The first way is by participating on the discussion board. CP7A provides you with an opportunity to review 2 of your fellow class members' group presentations and then provide some feedback. Now you want to be sure that this feedback is substantive. Remember, the goal is to connect with your class members. All right, the next way to earn points is by participating in CP7B. The topic is late adulthood, and you'll have some options just like you always do, and you'll make your initial post and then respond to 2 or more classmates. All right, so that's 10 points. The last way to earn points this week is by completing Quiz 4. Quiz 4 is just like the previous quizzes, is timed. You have a combination of multiple choice and short answer questions, and you basically just answer the questions. So that's how you'll earn 35 points for this week. Finishing up strong. I know a lot of you are concerned about your grades. Even beyond what you learned or what you can learn, you're really trying to get those credits. So this is my attempt to help you. Okay, I don't give grades. I assign grades based on the points you earned. So I encourage you to finish up strong. So after Thanksgiving break, we'll have another class discussion, and that will be CP8, and you'll have a chance to earn up to 5 points. Remember, your initial post will need to be substantive, and then you'll need to reply to 2 or more classmates. Then you'll have a reflection, and the reflection will be worth 10 points. Even though you don't have access to the reflection now, you can actually start thinking about the reflection now. And I've included some of the questions on the final slide of this PowerPoint. Test 2 is the same as the final exam. That's worth 100 points. It will be proctored via honor lock, so I suggest you handle that now. Work out all the kinks now. If you haven't done the practice quiz, do the practice quiz. Ask questions, figure it out now, because there's no makeup final exam. And the final exam is worth 100 points. So you really want to do well on that final exam. Now, this final exam is not cumulative over the entire semester. It's basically cumulative from the midpoint to the end. So you'll be asked questions about adolescence, about emerging adulthood, late adulthood, right? So it's from the midpoint to the end. Last but not least, you'll have an extra credit opportunity. This extra credit will be in the form of a crossword puzzle, and this crossword puzzle will be cumulative. Anything and everything about human growth and development. But you can earn up to 10 points, and that 10 points will be added directly to your final exam. So there you have it. Technically, there's still 115 points when we come back from spring break. Thanksgiving break. But there's also that bonus 10 points that you can earn. All right, now let's just say that you missed the midterm, and right now the computer's recorded, in the computer there's a 0 recorded. You can take the alternate test 1, so alternate midterm, and I will replace that 0 with whatever you earn on this alternate test 1. So if you missed test 1, you definitely want to take the alternate. Now suppose you took test 1 but you didn't score very high, you're not satisfied with your score. You can take alternate test 1 also, but I will average your first and second attempt, and hopefully this will boost your score. In the event that you score worse the second time around, I'll just go with your first score. Now, the alternate test 1 is proctored via honor lock. There's no exceptions, so definitely handle that prior to when it becomes available. And this is going to be available after Thanksgiving break. I'm even considering doing a version for those 3 days prior to Thanksgiving break, but it's not likely that I'll have it up and ready by then. All right, and then we also have another opportunity for makeup. If you did poorly on any one quiz or you missed one quiz, I give a cumulative quiz. And if you take this cumulative quiz and you score higher on this quiz than any one of your other quizzes, I will literally take the score from this that you earn on this cumulative quiz and sub it in for that other low score. So if you missed a quiz, I'll sub it in. If you score low on a quiz, I'll use this cumulative quiz to replace that low score. So there you have it. This is a way for you to finish up strong in terms of points. Reflection, human growth and development. In this class, we studied physical, cognitive, and social development throughout the human life cycle. We explored the growth, maintenance, and decline of human beings. Now, thinking about the content, I want you to try to remember which topic you enjoyed learning about, and which topic did you enjoy the most? Which topics do you wish we could have spent more time discussing? What did you find surprising? Do you understand the need to explore cognitive, social, and biological domains? In other words, why do developmental psychologists break it down into these 3 different domains? Why is studying human growth and development worthwhile? And how can you use information from this class in your future career or in your personal life? Moving to assignments, think about the various assignments that we completed over the course of the term. Which assignments did you enjoy? And which assignment did you enjoy the most? Which ones did you despise? Why did you like or dislike these assignments? And what advice would you give to an incoming student enrolled in DEP 2004 with Ms. Sims?